Hello, I'm Jay from Volunteer Audio. Today I'm making a video to show you how to do the latest software update to the SoundStream Reserve V2. So watch the rest of the video. I'll go over all the things that it fixes and how to do every step of this update. All right, so let me tell you what this update is going to do to your radio. First off, the biggest one to me is Apple CarPlay disconnects. So Apple's been fighting a wireless CarPlay problem ever since software update 18.3, and every update since then, if you read what it's supposed to fix, always says wireless Apple CarPlay disconnects. 18.5 looks very promising. That's the latest update, and I definitely think you need to update your phone and reboot your phone after you do so. SoundStream has found some protocol updates that they could do to the radio to create less of these disconnects and even make the radio reconnect faster if it disconnects. So definitely this is going to be a huge upgrade for all of you wanting to use wireless CarPlay. So this update also adds tire pressure monitors for your three-wheeled vehicles. So if you have a Tri-Glide or an RG3 that has factory tire pressure monitoring system, this is going to add that third wheel to the radio. Now you will have to do an iDataLink Maestro MRR or MRR2 update, just update to the latest software, and refer to Volunteer Audio's other videos where we show you how to do those updates, and just do the latest one. That's going to enable that third wheel. Make sure you pick that you have a Tri-Glide or an RG3 as you select your vehicle to add that option. All right, so there was an issue after the last update that's also going to be corrected in this update, where if you're listening to a USB music drive and you turn your bike off, you turn the bike back on, it doesn't recognize that USB drive until you unplug it, plug it back in. This is going to take care of that as well as part of this update. All right, so there's another one. For you guys that are using headsets, the next video that I put out, I'm going to go over the headset update. That's going to be a separate video. But part of using the update was many of you were using your voice assistant or you were hanging up a call, and after you did it, it would blare music louder through your headset. That has been corrected in this update. The actual headset update is going to correct a mic muting issue. We'll go over that in the next video, and we'll show you everything about that. That's a totally different way of doing an update we've not showed you before. Now, also, there were some other minor bug fixes they found throughout the software that, as those have been compiled and tested, they have also been fixed. This is a pretty major update, and I highly recommend, if you have a V2 radio, to do this, because overall your radio is going to perform much better and you're going to have a much better experience after you get it in there. There was an EQ software issue on some of the brand new radios on the very first boot up, that if you used a custom EQ, it might mute all of your sound, and you'd have to go in and make a selection on the EQ and add back a couple bars for it to come back. That has also been fixed with this update. So moving forward, that was caught, that was fixed. So let's go to the computer. I'm going to show you where to go and how to download the software, how to format and get it on the drive correctly. Then we'll come back to the bike and I'll show you every step of how to install it. All right, so you may be asking, why do we go through all the trouble to actually video how to update your radio? And it's because it's very important that it happens correctly. It's a lot of steps, and I want you to pay close attention, because if you skip some of these steps or think we're crazy and do it on your own way, you could actually break your radio. You could lock up the software and make it where the radio is no longer usable. Now that would require sending it back to the dealer you bought it from and possibly having them do a reset or even a warranty and replace it. Nobody wants to go through that on a simple update. One of the most important things is using a name brand USB flash drive. We prefer the SanDisk Cruiser flash drive. We're going to use an 8 gig or 16 gig. We're not going to do a really large drive, because it increases our chances of having a problem with a error or a problem in software as we're trying to do our upload. We're also going to connect it to our computer, and we're going to format that drive. If you have an Apple computer, you're going to go to the disk utility and you're going to format your USB drive. If you're on a Windows computer, you're going to right click that file inside of File Explorer for your drive, and you're going to tell it to format. We're going to format 32 gig or smaller to FAT32. That's what I recommend you use as you do this update. Do not use no name flash drive, something that wasn't sent to you with maybe a catalog on it or something you bought off Amazon that was the cheapest one. Don't do that. You need a good quality flash drive for this and any future updates. First off, we're going to go on our computer. We're going to go to motorcycleaudio.com. So I want you to go there, motorcycleaudio.com. From here, we're going to bring up our radio. It's very important that you go to your exact radio, because if you try to load software from the wrong series or model radio into your radio, you can also cause a major problem to it. I'm going to go to 14 to 23 Harley-Davidson Touring radios, and I'm going to bring up the V2 model. When you get to your V2, you can scroll down, and under support, you're going to see the latest firmware updates. Here you're going to see the latest radio update and the wireless headset update. So in this video, we're going to cover the firmware update of the radio. The next video will be the headset. So here we're going to click the latest May 2025. I'm going to scroll down here, and they're going to show you step by step how to do this, but I'm going to show you how to do it here in video. So I want you to click right here. It says download V2, zip this link. Click this link, and it's going to start downloading it to your computer. This is 157 megabytes. Shouldn't take long to download. It is going to be a zip folder that we're going to have to uncompress as we load it on our flash drive. I'll show you that process. If you have an Apple computer, it automatically is going to do that decompression without you having to tell it to do anything. So it's downloading now. Now, when you're using a recording system like we are, sometimes it doesn't show every step of this. Once the download is complete, I'm going to bring up my File Explorer. I'm going to view the update. I have a drive called V2 Update. I'm going to go ahead and tell it here that I need to format it. I'm going to click Format, FAT32. I'm going to hit Start. It's going to erase everything on it. Now, another thing to keep in mind, if you have any old updates on your computer, they're the same name. So we need to make sure we delete those. If you have a file ISPBOOOT on your computer, delete it. Get rid of it. If you have the old MCU updates, delete those too. So my format is complete. I'm going to bring back up my File Explorer. I'm going to take my download from today, and I'm going to click on that folder, and I'm going to tell it to extract all. And then I'm going to browse, and I'm going to find my USB drive. I've named it V2 Update, and I'm going to select that, and I'm going to tell it to extract to that point. So now it's doing that extraction. We're going to wait for our computer to do this. And as it moves over into that file, here in a second, we're going to look at that together. We're going to make sure that your USB matches the same files that we have on our USB drive. Now, if you were to have an old update on your computer, it's going to rename these files. You're going to see a -1, -2, and so on at the end of that file name. And if that stays there, your radio is not going to recognize it to do the update. Now, another important thing is we're going to make sure while we're doing our update on our bike that we do not cut off the ignition or power to the radio. We also don't want our battery to go dead. So I do recommend having your bike on a battery tender, making sure the battery is fully charged before you start this process. And at no point during the update are you going to remove the USB drive until it's 100% complete. And I'm going to show you this whole process. We're not going to speed it up. I want you to see how long it takes. I don't want you to see when it's actually done. So here our drive is up here on screen. Now we're going to have a folder that just simply says update. We're going to have a file below it that says ispboot.bin. Now, if we look inside the update folder, we're going to have another file that says st25mcu.bin. That's both of our updates we need. Now, before you eject a drive on your computer, you always want to hit the eject button. I'm going to right-click my drive, and I'm going to hit eject. Once it tells me it is safe to remove it, I'm going to remove my USB drive. And now we're going to move over to our bike and show you how to install it on the bike. So now that we have our USB drive, we're at our bike, we're going to use the USB-A that was part of our factory USB. We're not going to use the USB-C. The USB-C cable is just for charging a phone. USB-A is going to transfer data. So now I'm going to turn my bike on. I'm going to leave my headlight off. I'm just going to go to ignition. I have it on a battery tender, making sure it's up and charged. I've actually got a lithium battery, so I'm sitting over 14 volts, even though the bike is not running. So we're going to let our radio boot up, and next I'm going to take you into the settings and show you how to start this software update. So I'm going to start from the home screen. So from home, you're going to click Apps. You're going to scroll across and find Settings. Under System Settings, we're going to scroll down till we see About. This shows my current software, which may not match yours because I've been testing several of the updates as they've come out. We're going to click Update here. Now it's going to tell me that the latest SoC is 528 of 25, latest MCU is 1031 of 24. Now this is the same update that I previously had, but you may not. I want you to hit All Update, and it's going to start by doing our MCU update. I want you to see this process. I want you to wait through the entire thing. So it's going to give us a bar that goes all the way across. This is 2 updates, so just because one finishes, do not cut the bike off, do not pull the USB out. So once my MCUs hit 100%, it's going to restart my radio when my radio comes back on, which this could take a few seconds, you're going to see a new update bar appear, and it's going to start doing the second portion of our update. Do not think that it's okay to cut the bike off. It is still updating at this time. So now we see it shows our new software version that it's going to load in. Here in a second, you'll see a bar that's going to appear, and it's going to show you the progress of that update. All right, so here's our progress bar, and it is doing that update. So I want you to be patient. Don't do anything to cause this radio to quit working. Update's very easy as long as you're willing to just follow the directions and use a good quality drive. While we're waiting, I want to brag on the guys at SoundStream a little bit. The engineering staff has done an amazing job. And when you post things to the SoundStream Reserve V2 users group, or you call into tech support, whether it be directly at SoundStream or Volunteer Audio, we all care, and we definitely write down every concern you have. We reproduce those concerns. We create videos of those that goes to the engineering team, and they are constantly working on doing what it takes to make this radio better and better. It's to the point that I've had a new update to test. We've had one just about every day for weeks as they've gone through these different things, and we want to wait till we get a set of things repaired or fixed or added before we do an update, because we don't want you to have to do this all the time. So on initial reboot, you're going to have a boost in that sound. Understand that is only after the software update. It's not going to do this every time you turn your bike on and off. But these guys have done a great job listening. They're working hard to continue to make this radio better and better. And with every update, it tends to get better than before. So we want to go back here. We want to view our SoC. We want to see May 28th or 5/28/02. That's today, the day that we're doing this video. This is the latest update. We want to make sure our MCU still shows 10/31/24. Now, if you see this, you are done. You can simply now turn the bike off, unplug your update drive, and now you can test this radio out. If you have an RG3, if you have a Tri-Glide, again, check out the videos. We already have them showing you how to update your MRR or MRR2. If you have a hard time locating those, you can call our tech support at 1-844-30-AUDIO, but we'll also put links to those in the description below. So there'll be links to those videos. Just go to the description in the video on YouTube, in the description on Facebook. We'll show you there. Thank you so much. If you're not a member of the SoundStream Reserve V2 users group, it's a great place to go on Facebook. Search it up. Go ahead and decide that you're going to join the group. All you have to do is answer some simple questions. You're going to be in the group. Now, this is a free group. The people who moderate it are Rick, our lead tech. I also help moderate the group. Brandon, the lead engineer from SoundStream. Brian, lead tech support at SoundStream. All of these guys help with this group, but we all have day jobs, and we stay very, very busy. So this is something we do in our free time. If you post something that has already been answered before, we may not approve your post. And when we're really busy, it takes a while to approve posts. Always, we recommend if you're having an issue, call the dealer you bought from. If you bought from Volunteer Audio, it's really simple. Just call the 1-844-30-AUDIO, talk to Rick, talk to me. We'll answer your questions. We'll notate things down, and we'll let you know if there's an update in progress. Now, if you're telling us about something we already know and there's an update we're working on, we don't always post those up because we would rather wait a day or two, release the update, and fix the problem versus creating mass hysteria with you saying there's a problem and us posting it and everybody commenting on it. So definitely join that group, though, because we have several thousand V2 owners in that group. And if you have questions on how to use it, how to use certain apps, how to use it in certain situations with other hardware you have, it's a great resource. And I think we have a great group of guys on there. So definitely join that group. Everybody's friendly. There's no dumb questions. We will make sure that we keep it that way. So if you want to be polite, you want to learn more, join that group. Subscribe to Volunteer Audio on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook. We're always going to keep you up to date. The latest software updates, the latest products as they come out, free install videos, and also how to use that product. We've got some great videos just put together on the V2 radio showing you how to do your gauges, how to do alerts, and also how to do EQ settings that are going to give you louder overall volume while having the tone you're after on your radio. All right, so watch the next video. The next video that I'm doing is how to update your headset. It's a totally different process. We'll show you how to download it, where to go on the radio, how to update it. This is going to make it where whether it's Cena, Cardo, or whatever headset you have, that you don't have an issue with your mic staying muted. We'll also cover some features and settings that need to be changed inside the Cardo headsets to make those function better. Thank you for watching. I hope this helped you. Like this video if it did, and comment below and let me know what you think about your V2 radio. Let me know what you think about after the update. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, God bless.